This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Latoya Burrows. Coming up in the news, youth at Y10 experience rebirth, ASI celebrates 20 years of transformation, and church assists children as they prepare for school. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Adventist News, I'm Latoya Burrows. Thanks for joining us for this week's broadcast. Y10 began this week at the Maranatha Adventist Church, where the youth of our conference were invited to experience a rebirth. The meetings began with youth speaker Michael Toot, who spoke on relationships that youth encounter. Throughout his presentations, he gave life lessons. He admonished them on the importance of choosing friends wisely, and in presenting on the topic of how satisfied are you, Toot said that as human beings, we are prone to lust after the things we do not possess, when God's ideal is for us to be satisfied with what he had blessed us with. Later in the week, Pastor Andre Campbell, visiting pastor from the Heirloom Seventh-day Adventist Church in St. Petersburg, Florida, presented messages to lead the young people into meaningful relationship with God.
With the souls that are dying in sin, the church went all out in order to get them seated in a position to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. Did you get that? The church went all out. The church went unconventional.
Pastor Campbell will present until Monday evening, and beginning Tuesday, the 21st of August, Pastor Gary Blanchard, Youth Director of the General Conference, will be the speaker. Young people, this event is for you, so join in with the rebirth experience. Celebrating its 20th year under the theme, 20 Years Transforming Lives in the Marketplace, the Adventist Laymen's Services and Industries ASI Convention for the Inter-American Division of Seventh-day Adventists in Cancun, Mexico, commenced last week. Members from the Mexican conference showcased their culture and heritage, while the Parade of Nations displayed almost 300 ASI members from across the division representing their respective countries. This convention welcomed a myriad of presenters, including the president of the North American Division for ASI, Steve Dickman, as well as Zukisani Mioxley, an African philanthropist who was the opening speaker for the ceremony. Using his personal experiences as a reference, Zuki urged those present to utilize their talent, time, and workplace as a constant gateway to bring those they encounter to Christ. He also added that it was necessary for all members, pastors, and leaders to stand in unity to the cause of sharing Christ in the marketplace. During the days at the Inter-American Division's ASI Convention, seminars and plenary sessions took place where a diversity of topics were covered. Nathlyn Lacroix, ASI member and health director for the South Bahamas Conference, was inspired by one of the presentations on mental health presented by Dr. Carlos Fiad from Loma Linda University.
One of the things that Dr. Fayad spoke about is the stigma that's attached to mental health. You know, when persons see someone imbalanced, they refer to them as crazy, you know, and so he talked about the importance of dispelling that myth that persons who have mental imbalance are crazy, because they are not. Some persons, as simple as lack of nutrients for the brain, causes an imbalance in the brain. Lack of sleep can contribute to that. Fatigue can contribute to that.
ASI's South Bahamas chapter president Ian Green expressed his excitement over the spiritual aspect associated with the ASI convention.
We find that most of the seminars are spirit-filled. Even though they are talking about businesses and they're talking about how we relate to people and how we should do things, the most important part about business in ASI is to be spirit-filled and spirit-led. If we have the Spirit of God in us, we will do far greater work in our businesses than what we have done before.
A banquet was held at the climax of the meetings to give recognition to former leaders of ASI in Mexico and in the Inter-American Division. The convention highlighted reports from the different unions of the past year and the mission work that was completed. New ASI officers were voted in, and we welcome for the next 2 terms Dr. Marcin Thomas, the new ASI president for the Inter-American Division, and Johan Riley, representing the English-speaking Caribbean region. We thank God for his continued blessings for the ASI and the Atlantic Caribbean Union, as New Providence, Bahamas is the proposed destination for the next Inter-American Division ASI convention in 2019. Recently, the Ephesus Pathfinder Club held its 3rd annual back-to-school event at the church on Parkgate Road. The event, which catered to the children of the Parkgate and Camp Road communities, provided necessary school supplies to the school-aged youngsters. 216 backpacks were filled with school supply kits and were distributed to eager children and parents. Adults received free health checks, while the children were also treated to snacks. The event was made possible through donations from their partners at the Family Medicine Center and the Bahamas Charitable Giving Foundation, along with the members of the Ephesus Seventh-day Adventist Church family. One of the goals of the Health Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference is to make each church a center of health and hope for the community. The New Engliston Church, located on East Street, started a health program in that community on June 10th, which ended on August 5th. The sessions were informative and hands-on, dealing with healthy lifestyles, balanced diets, holistic lifestyles, chronic non-communicable diseases, and vegetarian cooking. A walkathon was held to close the program, and 5 persons received certificates of graduation. We'll have more on the upcoming events in the South Bahamas Conference after this short break.
You are invited to the Bethany Seventh-day Adventist Church Health Expo on August 19th at Cable Beach Shopping Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be PSA screenings, basic dental screening, and oral hygiene tips, foot detox, nutritious snacks, and more. Come out and enjoy the live performance by the Pathfinder Band. You don't want to miss this.
Welcome back. I'm Latoya Burrows, and thanks for joining us for your Adventist news. On August 19th, the Bethany Church, located in West Ridge, will host a free health expo from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Cable Beach Shopping Center. There will be PSA screenings, basic dental screenings, and oral hygiene tips given along with foot detox services. Nutritional snacks will be provided along with music from the Seventh-day Adventist Pathfinder Marching Band. A Sabbath School workshop sponsored by the Atlantic Caribbean Union will be held on September 12th through 15th for all church offices in the Sabbath School department. Listen out for the time and location for this training session. A joint partnership with the Women's and Prayer Ministries, as well as the Children's and Adolescents Ministries departments, will be held on August 29th beginning at 7:15 p.m. at the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church, 5th Terrace, Collins Avenue. This service is being held for all children and young adults preparing for the new school term, from preschool to university ages. At the service of commitment, prayers and useful tips will be offered to assist individuals in connecting with God daily to seek His guidance for their lives, vocation, and to empower them to resist the forces of evil that may threaten their very existence. Come and join in with this powerful prayer service. And the South Bahamas Conference Women's Ministries Department is inviting all genders and all ages to be a part of the End It Now coalition to bring awareness to social and spiritual abuse. Join the Centerville Adventist Church at their free End It Now forum hosted at the church in 5th Terrace, Centerville at 6 p.m. on September 1st. Interpersonal violence impacts everyone. You or a loved one might be living in an emotionally abusive situation. At this forum, professionals will provide information on what to do in these difficult circumstances. So come, ask your questions, and add your wisdom to the discussion. Feel free to visit the conference website at www.southbahamasconference.org, see the weekly logos, or call our headquarters at 242-341-4021 to receive more information on any of these events.
Sleep is a condition of which the body and mind rest. The nervous system is inactive, the eyes closed, muscles relaxed, and consciousness is partially suspended. It is recommended that the average adult get 7 hours of sleep nightly, in contrast to children. According to the National Sleep Foundation, sleep heals and repairs heart and blood vessels, synthesizes hormones, repairs tissue, grows muscles, and solidifies and processes memories. Insomnia is a disorder that makes it difficult to fall asleep and/or stay asleep. Patients diagnosed with insomnia are at an increased risk of stroke, heart disease, kidney disease, diabetes, seizures, obesity, and high blood pressure. Depression and anxiety can also occur. However, insomnia can be naturally treated through exercise, a hot bath, or sipping on warm milk and honey. So, get your sleep. Your body will thank you for it. This has been Joshua Williams with your health tips, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
We go now to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Hundreds of communicators and IT professionals mingled among thousands of missionaries this year during the Global Adventist Internet Network.
And that's because this year, GAIN took place at the same time the Adventist Church in the Northern Pacific region hosted the International Mission Congress.
Before GAIN started, Adventist News Network, along with the Adventist Review, hosted the very first news summit, which brought together journalists from the church's various media outlets.
We were there to catch all the action. Here's our report.
This has been our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We're glad you were able to join us. Please continue to share your news stories or upcoming events by emailing them to us at sbcadventistnews@gmail.com, or feel free to call our media department at 242-341-4021. For a rebroadcast of the Adventist news, please visit the conference website at www.southbahamasconference.org or on our South Bahamas Conference Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, we say thank you for watching. I'm Latoya Burrows. Have a happy Sabbath.